G'day folks, a little bit of nighttime streaming as I carry on with the Murmuring Man, which is a ghost found in the Swamp of Souls, a campaign I'm working on and illustrating. This guy is a ghost that can become physical if it steals enough dark secrets, the guilt and despair from the party. And to become a physical manifestation, it draws in all the areas of the swamp that surround it that happen to be a moth-covered piece of the swamp where they feed on all the moss. So what I'm going to be doing tonight, is starting to define the moths so that we can put a few of them around the place. Now we don't need to draw every single moth, but if we grab a few that are predominant over the many layers of wings, everything else found in the swamp, that should be enough to fool the eye that everything is a moth. So I'm going to turn these guys here into pale moths. That's what I'm going to be working on right now. Tattered wings. Four wings I've decided for them. Very... That's weird. Is that not cutting in? Let's see. Just using light and darks at the moment to try establish a shape. Put the body in here. I think moths have big dark eyes, right? So just put a bit of that. Yeah, just using the smudge tool to play with shapes. Get some dark interior. Yeah, I want these moths to look well fed. So live well in this part of the swamp. Maybe they feed on the misery as well. There's lots of dead adventurers here that they cover like a blanket. And however they interact with them is mummified these adventurer remains. And that's what is part of what gets raised up here as the ghost manifests. Murmuring Man manifests. Right? Get a little bit of one to a pale moss, so lots of pale areas here, especially the wings. one. Let's do this guy. They're all on the same layer at the moment, but I'll cut them out so they're individuals. Use this softer brush for some of the smudge blending. Big tattered wings. Don't want them to feel too solid. And they're flying, so these will almost have a blurriness to them, which we can just capture with a bit of fuzz. Go. Pretty good start, that guy. Just give him some highlights. No, went too far. I'm going to knock it back a bit. Quite liked where it was. Okay, there. Now this guy. See if we can get a shape out for him. Smudge tool. Hard brush. Big shapes. Get these legs, very skinny legs. This back wing back a bit. Bit of dodge. Dodge. Bloated belly. Bit of burn. Drill in for some burn for the eye area. Some of these legs in the foreground. And grab that soft brush again for the wings. Burn to bring this wing out. Too much. Now, at a distance, I'm not going to go too much into detail yet, but starting to feel like moths. I'll do one more, because then what I should be able to do is copy and paste them along here to be over the top. Wing action there. It's very hard to see what I'm doing with this guy at the moment, but I'm sure a shape will come out. Especially using dodge tool now to, oops, some areas. Burn for the eyes. angry eyes. This moth. There's a bit of an attitude going on. There we go. Again, softer brush for the wings, just to break them up. This one's a wing out here too. Put that wing more at that angle. Go. Softer burn, comes of shape. Yeah, and now, so what I'm thinking is I can take the basics of these shapes, duplicate, start to might move them far away from their sources, so I do feel broken up. Big guy, here he is. That's the general plan, just to incorporate them. He obviously doesn't fit at this angle, so you just go in and smudge some stuff around, just so it feels like wings everywhere. So that's kind of a good start for the foreground. Now, I feel like I just want to have a little bit of fun with the head here. So I'm going to find the head area here a bit more. But duplicates I'd made as I defined, I'm going to do another duplicate of him. So I might go horribly wrong here, but this I want to feel like moths over a swampy growth that might have been over a human skull at some point, but well, not even a skull, the guy's been mummified. So, but there's a big swampy mess over him too. I'm not getting the pressure on that brush. So, yeah, that's what I want. Recognize the pressure. So let's I'll just work in this area, the head, see how I can go with the details. This is going to be like moths all covering him, so I might even grab some of those moths I just did, put them on here. So just start to add wings here. And here you might have some very subtle breakups of shapes here. That will eventually become moths. Maybe. Again, just using this smudge tool to push around the pixels rather than trying to figure out how to draw it. Just play, move it, shapes. things that look interesting. This could be almost a clue of an eye. And yeah, colours could play a big part because the moths are going to be pale and white. There might be other colours coming through underneath, swampy colours. That's kind of cool. This could be his almost gaping mouth area in here. That's what I'm going for at the moment. So, using the smudge tool just to create my details and change stuff if it's not feeling good. And then because I have started to get shapes, I can take soft dodge, and start to hit the top areas where maybe light's striking parts, you know? Oh, my puss has just wandered in. Hey, puss, puss. Yep, yep. Summer here in New Zealand, so he's spending most of his time outside. Oh, I'll bring him up. Puss, want to come up? It's pretty shy. No. Just wants one of those distance pads where I don't get too close. Wants to be just out of reach, so I have to go and watch her eat food. I don't want to do her tricks. So yeah, this head's starting to get a bit of character to it. Push. This. Don't want it to feel like he's got a neck, like too much of a head shape. So I'll break this up a bit more than I have. This is going to be some moths taking flight. Oh, and I can see the makings possibly of another eye. I was reluctant to give him eyes, just because it's freakier things without eyes, but maybe I can always get rid of this. I think it's too eye-y. Thinking it's a game now to try catching. Now she's annoying my girlfriend, who's couldn't catch her either. At some point I'll have to establish a light source here as well. It's probably going to be pretty ambient lighting. Maybe coming down from the top. There's a canopy above them, so I could have shafts of light. And one could be just hitting here, catching all of this, which could be kind of cool. You can see there's good details coming in. Maybe even if I push the mouth out to be more open, I might undo this. Maybe the chance of not having a properly formed mouth is cool. Yeah, I quite like that. And then it can be part of this layer over the shoulders and stuff. Yeah, we're starting to get some shapes in here. Might even try get more of a hint of, say here, arm bone socket. It's been pulled in, wrapped in swampy stuff. Nope. Could be cool, could be too much. It's very white. Might just burn it down a little. In fact, burn down some of this. Here we go. It's a freaky looking head. I think the eyes actually add to it at the moment. The hint of the eyes. Yeah. I'm sticking with it. And this is almost just like some leaves. Some swampy stuff. This can even be a hole here. Weird, so almost, well, not even hinting. It's a clear torso going on here. To exit. Whoop, not burn. I'm going to dodge that. Some light might be hitting there. Pale belly. Because the angles have light hitting here. And it would more, you'd still get some light here. The shadow going here. And then it would hit there. So to make it, I think I just need a little more light going on here. Some highlighted areas. Pretty cool. That's why I like working in Greyscale too. It's easy to figure out light at this stage rather than the colours you have to worry about. Golden light hitting a greeny moss and these white moss. I will solve all of that problems later. I'll try to get the values right for now. Do a little outline here for shape. Maybe I don't need to. Might be a bit too illustrating to have an outline. But again, I can always paint it out with colour later on. And I still want to get some moths in here. Should be moths all around this guy. At the moment it's feeling more plant lifey and Mothman, but that's good. It's going to give me the underbase, which is quite planty. And then I'll have, yeah, these guys. Yeah. These are moths. White pale moths. Start to hint at those. These can be moths too. Get rid of this shape here. Things. Just wrap it around. Potential thigh bone. Is this a leg in here? A knee socket? Is that what that is? Who knows? I think it is. And this is what's been holding on to it as it's been pulled up from the ground. It's a moth covered ground. He's looking pretty cool. This picture's actually coming together pretty well. There'll be times you have to grab a picture and spend hours wrestling it to the ground till it becomes what you wanted, or you had to go in a whole different direction to try salvage something. Sometimes it all just works and clicks. Stuff comes together. Still not sure how the moths are going to look and work, but this guy's overall shape and his pose, it's a nice twist. Nice twist here. And we'll get more of the shadow in on this side. So, smudge tool, very relaxing way to work. You don't have to get things right with a sketch or line work, drawing. I just push and pull, play with shapes. Might have this as almost quite hard bone or wood here. Dodge tool. That's cool. Maybe we'll do a bit of that over here. And see, yeah, I can just block in even soft colours and harden them later with the smudge tool. Harden. See, very fuzzy, blocky, but just with a few pushes here with the smudge tool, I establish nice hard edges. And yeah, I might have, you know, vines or swampy stuff over the top of this, whatever this is, this bone, this long piece of bone that's been pulled up out of the swamp. Nice. I'd highlight those moths even more. Oops, these moths. Again, I'm hitting it with a soft round. And yeah, I don't like soft too much, unless it's for something cylindrical, or spheres to establish that. But yeah, you can always tighten the lines up afterwards with the smudge tool. This has gotten a little too dark around here, so what I'm just going to do is knock it back a little bit, grab that colour there, get this to soft, play with the values a bit, just to knock it back. I don't want you focusing too heavily on this part of the picture. We'll have the contrast up here. Eyes up here. Yeah, this can be all pushed back a bit. So you'll see here, too much, the values are almost probably matching a little bit of this over here, just to push it back. So it feels like it all sits in the midground. Just a little bit of a soft brush over there. And again, that's why it's good to work in values first. If I had to knock back dark colours and everything over here, it'll be a bit of a nightmare. Figuring out what a lighter version of that colour looks like, and which is really a value anyway. So he's definitely getting there, this guy. Arms around this area need work. Hints of mothies and jungle growth. Maybe the jungle growth is underneath. Be the rule. Swamp growth is in the swamp. And the moths can be almost sitting on the surface, on the upper side, where the light hits. And we're starting to get into maybe an area we don't need to detail as much, because this is going to be in some low level fog, so it's more just about shapes. What's going on down here? And yeah, it can be quite messy because this is almost coming out of the ground, pulling up. Hmm? Yeah. I am. What would you like? I'm almost finished actually for tonight. Tomorrow I might detail up these background guys a little more and play with this stump in the foreground. Give it some shape, some moss and moths. Because, yeah, we can just have a little bend here. Bit of a soft brush because it is sort of a cylinder. Yeah, so I'll detail up the two background figures and then probably start to get some colour in. I mean, I do need more detail at the front here, but might even do that on the side. It's not exciting to watch, putting lots of moth shapes in here. But yeah, close to bringing in the colour, and I like the idea of a few rays of God rays coming in, maybe hitting these guys at key areas. Cool. Well, I'm going to finish it there for tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.